Hey guys, cold.brew here. Welcome back to Watcher of Realms. The Lost Legacy starts tomorrow. It's an Oracle's trial, like a tournament like we had in Raid, where you farm Gear Raid 1. Gear Raid 1 is very, very important. You get weapons and chest pieces. You use those to fully upgrade your hero's potential when you're starting out, because you get a lot of attack through the weapon, like 1,000 attack there. If it's a mythical, and then you also get the chest pieces, which give you a ton of health, and also possibly, you know, attack bonus, crit rate, those stats that you're looking for. Okay, after you go through that 1 to 18, beating stage 19 on Gear Raid 1 becomes insanely difficult. It's just that I have no words in the difficulty jump that 18 to 19 is. 18 seems like a walk in the park compared to 19. All right, and I'm not even going to talk about 20 and 21. So 19, I've just beaten it today, and I want to show you guys my team. I will disable Power of Dominance here, so I won't be getting that extra 30% boost. But let me show you my team. I do have one Lord hero that is special here, and that is Morrigan. But you do not need Morrigan to complete this. You can use any other mage as long as they have high AoE potential. All right, you can use stuff like Zealous. You can use stuff like even Iona, but they need, Iona, for example, is an epic. She needs to be awakened to be used here and properly showcase her potential. But if you have something like Morrigan, it makes things a lot easier to reach those potential stats, because I already have her beefed up in terms of attack and crit damage also. And with that, I'm also boosting the whole team with Dolores. Dolores is the epic to get if you want to boost up your stats without actually having the gear, because she boosts up attack using her own attack. She boosts up your allies attack. So I've been using Dolores, and I should be upgrading this one, but I think I'm very low in gold, so I wonder if I should have used it. There we go. I should have used it before, but it barely jumped up my attack by like what, 100 or so. So yeah, let me show you guys on how the team works, and I'll explain the reasoning behind it. But it's very, very important if you're using something like a Morrigan to understand that the boost that you're getting is only when there is immobilized effects on them, on the enemies. Okay, and the immobilization effects come in from heroes such as my boy here, Abomination, who does a stun with his Awakening 1, although you don't need it actually for this one, since I started using Mole for this one because he does like a guaranteed slow with his Awakening 3. And he can also freeze or knock back with his ultimate ability on Awakening 1. It's very easy to get Awakenings on epics as you play through. And by the time you're worried about 119, you should have Mole maybe at least have Mole, and then at least have him maybe at Awakening 1, 2, or even 3 if you're saving out your Awakening stones. All right. So let's get started. Let me show you guys the team. You don't really need to have all the gear that I have in the end, but it will help a lot because of the burst that the enemies are doing here. So we drop in Abomination. Immediately we drop in the Mage like so. The reason for that is because I'm going to be dropping in more heroes in just a second that they need to be in the certain position. So we put in Dolores so that she buffs everybody here. All right, it's very special, her positioning here. You can't put her on the top side there. She won't really be buffing as much on the bottom side, and also it's gonna make it very difficult for us to hit with a marksman if we put somebody on the top side, because we need our marksman here at the top. If you don't have two marksmen, you can use Laurel here to boost your rage and get it going. But here, if I had Awakening 5 on my Mole, this would have been way better, because I would have been able to drop him seconds ago. So already we're getting started. So Mole is hitting, we're getting the stuns. You see here, my Morrigan starts to attack these enemies which have been impaired, and I boost with my Dolores immediately, but I save up my my energy, because I will need to drop in. As you can see, I barely went through their health, but it's fine. I'll need to start healing, so I drop in my healer Vortex to start helping around. What you need to understand is that jungle Grace, once it gets going, it heals the enemies so crazy. So you have to understand that once it's done, you wait a few seconds and then you start bursting through. I throw in my Mole, he does his freeze, but I need to start dropping in some more damage dealers, such as here on the bottom side, something that can hit through the wall. So like a ranged melee would be fantastic here. So Jungle Grace is coming in again, so I'm not going to drop Laurel. I'm going to drop in Volca next. Or I could drop... Yeah, I'll drop in Volca, I believe. No, I'll drop in my Razak. I'm not going to drop Laurel. So I drop in Razak. I didn't do it the first time around with Razak. I had Volca. And I was using Laurel just to boost up everybody. But after that, I noticed that it was working. So here, the healing just went through. And I'm using up all my ultimates at the same time. So the burst goes through and actually takes off some of the targets. And as some of these enemies are dying, it's making it easier and easier for me. So I drop in Volca. She doesn't have crazy gear. Because I don't really use my Volca for damage. For most situations, even on the fighter. The artifact material rate. So here we're looking at a very good spot, and the boss will probably do its thing here. Just drop an ultimate here just to freeze everybody, but we're doing just fine. Let's put this on a 2x just to see things going. I'm saving out all my ultimates now. Jungle Grace is going, so I'm waiting 1, 2, 3 seconds. I'm gonna wait these actually to come here close. Oof, very close there to actually die. And now I'm popping everything. And now you see all that burst coming in. Almost took that one out, but look at the healing. Look at how the healing is just recovering this one up. It was at 1% health, but the boss heals by so much that is quite insane. But we're doing very good. We're halfway through. The wall is still holding through. Jungle Grace just popped, but I will be popping my ultimates just about now. I was thinking of using one of my fighters here, but I'm probably going to do that for a different strategy. But Dolores could have been boosting here my Valkyria. And now the boss is coming close, so that the boss will start to get hit by everybody. Let's pop our ultimates as they come. There's Jungle Grace, so I'm going to save anything after that. But we almost took some of these out. We're just hitting as much as we can. My Vortex is doing whatever he can, the poor thing. All right, and then let's start popping in right before Jungle Grace. There we go. We take them out because I do huge burst. Maul and Razak together do huge burst of damage, but those two could be something else. But I think Maul helps a ton. My Morrigan do her thing. Look at the boss, 0.2%, and do her thing, and I'm able to clear through. But obviously these marksmen are difficult to get. But you understand it's the burst of damage that you're looking for. Actually, this was like my fastest clear. Was it? How fast was this? My fastest was like 5 minutes. It doesn't say. Okay, it doesn't say. We got a chest piece, attack bonus, attack crit rate. This can be good, but it's a healing effect set, so it's kind of bad. If I'm being honest, this one's a defense. HP bonus, defense bonus, HP. This is good for a tank, but rage regen also helps for a tank. So you'll see the damage. Look at the damage here. 57 million by Morrigan, 22 by my boy Abomination there, then 19 and 10. So you see that the fighters there that I had on the bottom didn't do that much, didn't do an amazing amount of damage. I mean, even Maul did a really solid amount of damage, and that's how big the AoE damage dealers how much big of a difference the AoE damage dealers will do. But Volca definitely helps with her healing. So I got 2 pieces there of gear. And then once you've unlocked it, once you unlock Power of Dominance, and it becomes way easier because you just enable this. And then you can start moving around the gear that you might have used to beat 19, all right? And let me show you the most important part, which was my mage here. As I said, any mage would work for this. And let me show you in terms of the gear that I had. It's my best gear. This is my best gear that I had. These are ancients, but it's really the rolls that you're looking for. You're looking for good rolls on your gear. And in order to reach these kind of stats, this is kind of end game stats at 300% crit damage and looking for attack bonuses wherever you can, plus attack speed. These are end game stats. And I'm not even at 100%, but it's fine because for the amount of hits that Morrigan was doing, 14,000 attack, 100% crit almost, and 300% crit damage, that it was worth it to clear 119. And then I'll be moving gear around. She is fully maxed out. And then I was also using this one, Valeria. You saw how much damage she was doing. Not that much, but the stats that I have on her are insane. 22,000 attack, 100% crit, 185 crit damage. So with all this attack, you can use it on somebody else. I could have used, let's say, my Zillitu here, who's a ranged fighter, there on the bottom to go through and be able to do a lot of damage. Razak is also doing a tons of damage, but his gear is not that great. 14,000, 90% crit, 255 crit damage. So what you're looking for when you're looking for these stats is like calamity sets. Any kind of set bonuses helps jump up your stats. And then other sets such as the curse set, which you get from gear raid 2, help when there's multiple targets against you. And then of course you're looking for maybe crit damage and attack bonus wherever you can, with the important stats such as crit rate and crit damage in almost every single piece. And the reason for that is to get to 100% crit, you kind of need, on 5 pieces of gear, you kind of need on average 20% on each piece, right? So you need very, very good rolls. And if that roll is not on a gear, like if you get a gear piece and it's 10% crit, you kind of have to sell it and go to the next one, okay? My Abomination is not that amazing. He does have high attack, but he has very high base. That's why you see 19k attack, 50% crit, 229 crit damage. I think if I had him with better stats, he would have done way better, but I'm still working on the account, guys. Gear farming is the most important thing. This is my Volkov, very little attention on her. 11,000 attack, 50% crit rate. Very little attention I gave to her in terms of using her for this specific setup. Same thing for my Wrath. I could have used my Wrath actually there instead of Volka. Now that I think of it, maybe I would get more damage, especially now with Power of Dominance. Here's my Vortex. 200 speed. Almost, I believe, 35,000. 37,000 health. 2.2 is his attack interval because of the speed that he has. And he has a little bit of rage regen, but that's from I think the Pantheon. So you're focusing on HP bonuses and one item to be healing effect. So you're like 150 healing effect maybe. That's really good, I think. So the healing effect set works very nicely. And if you can here on this side, you go for the set that protects him from damage, or you go maybe for a rage regen set. So rage regen per second if you can. But here's the MVP. I'm gonna say he was the MVP here, not because of the gear that he has. 8,000 attack. You saw the damage he did in the end. 100% crit only, and then nothing else basically. But this is where he becomes so strong, because he does defense reduction, he does slow, he does a freeze. He is, I think one of the, I'm gonna say top 3 epics in the game. Top 3 epics in the game. I don't know. Maybe it's too close. Maybe top 5 epics. There's so many. Oh no, there's so many good epics in this game. It's crazy. So many good epics in this game. It's actually insane. But he definitely deserves it in terms of that defense reduction that he applies, the slow, the freeze, the big burst of 900% AOE damage because he's fully maxed out. All right. If I compare him to my poor little Razak, who's almost like him. My Razak does 800. He could go to 900 and then 1,000, and then you skill cost reduced him, and he does a big burst himself. But you understand on the potential right there. So this was the squad, guys. Laurel definitely helps if you want to drop her in for additional raid regen instead of using Razak. So if I show this team again without the Razak as an example, if I go in there and yeah, I could completely just remove this guy, right? Let's just completely remove him for now. And I drop in there. I'll be using Laurel to be boosting my my rage there. So I drop in my mage, drop in my abomination, immediately drop the Laurel so she starts going in with her rage. She's kind of slow with all that, but what you can do is actually drop her, but I don't see these guys moving immediately, so it would be kind of a waste. I drop in my mole immediately so he starts hitting, and I boost up the attack of everybody, and I go like crazy, right? So here there's a jungle grace. He's gonna start healing, and look at this guy, he barely died there, but I want my healer to come through. My abomination is dropping low. Can even drop my Valkyria here. Let me try her here, but I don't think she's gonna start attacking, not until Not until like this side is overwhelmed a little bit, but let's see. We're waiting here for Jungle's Grace to be over, so I'm waiting like 1, 2, maybe 3 seconds. 2, 3. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with the burst on everybody. Let's drop in Volca too, by the way. There's Jungle Grace. Whatever we killed, we killed. All right. The shield up. Then we drop in Laurel immediately. All right. Immediately drop in Laurel. She goes out. We get back a little bit of rage. Let's go with the ultimate. Ultimate on Volca, although she doesn't do that much damage. Then now I have my ultimate on Dolores. I'm waiting for these guys to come close. Is it not close now? Volca helps, by the way, with her A1, with her Awakening 1. So I'm waiting for Jungle's Grace. Like 3 seconds or so. Let's see Jungle's Grace. Yeah, and then I pop everything. I should be able to clear these guys. Look at that. So much easier. There's Dolores doing her thing. Once she's finished her dancing, I drop in Laurel. So I can kill off Laurel. She's actually going to die. Yeah, I can drop in Wrath if I want to. Then I pop everybody's ulti. Here, maybe before Jungle's Grace is over, we can do something here. She did cast it, so we're kind of in trouble. Let's see how this goes. The boss will be getting hit by speed down, defense down, everything. There's Jungle's Grace. Let's freeze these guys because it can be annoying. The shield is going down. And let's go. Let's start popping our ultimates because it's getting close here. Let's go, Dolores. Boost everybody. We need damage. Let's go with the burst. As much damage as I can. The shield is holding. Holding. Look at that. Look at that wall here. The wall here, I said shield. The wall here is holding like crazy. Let's go. Final ultimate. We killed that big guy there. Yeah. Okay. Once these ads are down, we're at a really good point and shouldn't even be worried about anything. And my positioning here is actually like it shouldn't hit, but because of how the hitboxes are, the way that they work in this game, she hits the majority of enemies for this fight. So look at the wall, barely surviving here. And like half of my team is not even fighting right now. Half of my team, like this one's not fighting. This one, these three at the bottom are not fighting. So yeah, a ranged fighter here would have made this run a little bit better. This guy is not getting hit by anybody. What? Did he bug out? Yeah, he kind of bugged out. My Abomination is trying to kill it off, but even Volca. Oh my god. This will take forever. And it's down. All right. Finally, it went down. Finally went down. But you understand the idea that you don't need Razak there. Is that it work with Maul? You just need a really close, really close to the stats on your mage, and then Maul there to assist in terms of the defense now that he does. I'm not gonna use this run. Of course, I'm not gonna use this run. Let's see. We got this weapon. It's not good one. This one has the good set, but let's see at the stats. Defense bonus, healing effect, crit rate is not good. Even though it's got the thumbs up, it's not worth it. But this was my gear raid 119 team, guys. What you think? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see other videos and what kind of theme you want to see in the videos in terms of developing your teams and pushing through. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.